Hey everybody. uh Shoot. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah. If YouTube, and social media for that matter, the leftists the leftists say that it's alt right, and the right wingers say it's too leftist controlled. Both have to be wrong, because if it was leftist controlled, they would censor all right wing completely. If it was right wing algorithm, then explain why my channel is like small. I mean, I am I mean, I am what the leftists would consider alt right wing extremist here, because I am conservative. I'm Christian. I believe in the Constitution. I support the Second Amendment. I support the First Amendment, free speech. And I'm straight. And I'm a white male. So if there was a right wing algorithm, then why isn't it working for my channel? Especially when I do the political type of rants. And if there was a leftist censorship going on, there wouldn't be any right wing or right winger or conservative or Christian or whatever channels allowed to exist, period. So when the right claims that there is a censorship of the right from the left, they're full of hogwash. Because while there might be, the algorithms of social media basically let people follow like minded people. So if you follow, so I'm pretty sure if I was to follow a bunch of leftist people and like their videos and subscribe to their videos, that the algorithm would send me down the horrible left wing tirade. And if I was to follow those type of people, I would be like minded to those type of people. I would believe what those type of people believe. And I'm pretty sure that the algorithm would send me the opposite way if I believed more what I do believe, which is what the algorithm does. So if there is a algorithm that sends people one way or the other, it's not because you believe one way or the other. I mean, it's not because they're trying to push the agenda one way or the other. It's because you naturally already believe one way or the other. And if there's a reason why one side or the other is getting more pushed, it's because the consensus, the majority, of people truly believe that way over the other way. So when it comes to political content on the YouTube algorithm and the YouTube and the social media in general, why are conservative channels gaining more power over leftist channels? Well, it would be simply because if that is the case, then the conservatives claiming that they are being censored or blocked are liars. And if that was the case, if that's also the case, then it means that the majority of conservative media, if it's growing, it's because the majority of people truly believe in conservatism and conservative values. The problem is you can't call one group left wing or right wing because the idea of the left right authoritative freedom political compass is wrong. And since the more we progress toward the left, the more the left pushes stuff that's no longer, that used to be leftist, used to be liberal, used to be democratic principles, get pushed to the right. So being right wing is no longer actually right wing. Being conservative is not necessarily as conservative as it used to be, is what I'm getting at. There was a time when Democrats from the past would be considered Republicans today. And it's not, you don't have to go that far back because honestly, you could go to JFK. JFK's positions on a lot of things would be considered conservative, would be considered right wing, would be considered Republican in today's, compared to today's Democrat Party. So the further progressive forward the left goes, the more they push one way, leftist, the further they push the right axis, where the right is now actually more of in a center axis than it is into, or center is what is called normal axis, than it really is toward the, see basically the left is going so far left that they left their mind and they're crazy. They off the rails, they off the chart. That's how far left they've gone. So now they have to claim everything that used to be here where the line is. They keep pushing the line over there, which means now the right isn't necessarily right, because now you have to be far right or alt right or far right extremist or right, whatever, right? But the regular right is now more, used to be where it was centrist. So there's where the difference is. So basically, the majority of people just want to be normal. They just want to be who they want to be. And the crazies, the abnormals, want to be abnormal. The abnormals want to push their abnormal agenda on the normals. And the abnormal are extremely leftist to the point where they're extremely vocal. And they fight and even kill their own. Because when one of their own deviates from their system, they then throw them under the bus and call them right wing when they just want to be normal. So what's happening is the abnormal, which is the minority, want to control the normal and push the normal into being abnormal, which is the majority. And that's really what's going on. So that's just a little thought I had. So anyway, why do I sound the way I do today is because my vocals are bad from coughing and being sick. And it's giving me a deep, scratchy voice and not my regular voice. So, the majority of people are normal, not abnormal. And the abnormals who are extremely vocal about being abnormal are trying to push an agenda, their abnormal agenda on the normals. And the abnormal people have gone left, so far left they've left the political compass altogether, really, if you think about it. And they kept going left and left and left, progressive, progressive, progressive. Where the right is now the moderate and now the normal. At least that's how I see it. And if you are really leftist, your ideas and whatnot will only be celebrated by the minority. So it's obvious why you have YouTube algorithms aren't pushing your agenda. It's obvious why social media isn't pushing your agenda. Because the algorithms are designed from a capitalist perspective to make money. If y'all are over there, you're not spending money. They can't make money off of your videos with ad revenue and commercials and stuff, right? Which we should outlaw anyway. Because if abnormal people are a minority, then you're going to have a smaller subscriber channel. And normal people are just saying the things that normal people have been saying forever, and they just want to be normal and they just want to be blah, they're going to get, of course, more subscribers. Plus, average person is actually smarter than you give them credit for. So they're going to follow people that are more logical. Plus, I think that part of the thing is a gap between man and woman. Women and the feminine traits in people have a tendency to, and of course there's uneducated and educated things. There's logical and emotional. I think part of the thing is the logical emotional aspect of things, where we'll call logical and emotional aspects. Emotional things are more of a left-centered thing, while logic is more of a right-winged thing. Which in reality, logic is more norm. It should be more normalized, while emotions are what's more normalized now. So the feminine energy, the emotional energy, is attacking the masculine energy, the logical energy, and the feminine energy is trying to control the leftist ideology through, which is trying to push that ideology onto the centrists calling them right wing and trying to make them look bad through emotionalness and not logicalism. So that's part of the equation too. And that the majority of people are more persuaded by logic than emotion. That algorithms for people who are only care about self gratification and emotions, which is what emotions will do, will watch videos that are they'll probably go to TikTok because they have shorter videos, they have shorter attention span, and it's all about the it's all about basically boring stuff, right? I mean, if you don't want to think and you just want to watch basically 304s be 304s, TikTok's your place. They're just doing whatever's popular to get views. The women are, and the men too. But if you want to think, you want a deeper discussion, you want a something to think about, you'll probably watch longer videos. And that will be what you'll do. You'll watch longer videos, and by watching longer videos, you'll be educated about it. Now, I'm not saying that you can't have leftist type channels that have longer content, and I'm not saying that you can't have rightist channels that have shorter content. What I'm saying is that, in my understanding, people who are logical tend to have a more higher attention span than people that are non-logical. People that are logical tend to want to hear someone out completely and learn and know their motivations for their actions, while people who are emotional, they as soon as something is said or done that hurts their feelings, they immediately want to leave and storm and block you or whatever. So that's basically what I'm getting at. Anyway, I don't think there's an algorithm for one or the other. If one side is gaining and winning, it's because one side is normal and the other side is abnormal. And normal is the majority. Because if you go too far on either side, you're crazy, probably. Because you wouldn't be very normal if you went way far on the right. And I don't think it's really a political spectrum issue thing to begin with, because there's not enough points in the political spectrum compass to really claim one way or the other. I mean, the political compass doesn't have enough spectrums to be used correctly to identify what someone is. It's a small model, if at best, to one's true political values and true, because it really does not take into account but two factors, and that would be um, ideology and regarding, it just doesn't take into enough factors, in my opinion. But that's neither here nor there for this video. Anyway, remember, God is good all the time. All the time, God is good. Keep on gaming. Like, comment, subscribe, share. And I really don't know what to title this video, because it's just a rant. I really don't know what to title. Anyway, subscribe, share, whatever. I don't know what to title this video. Honestly, I think that the left is being used, and so is the right. And there's probably a bunch of false rights, because in a way, yes, the people in charge, the elites that control everything, which includes social media, will kick you out for certain things. So there is a type of censorship. But on the other hand, as long as you don't mention those certain things, which is your self-censorship, you'll probably be fine. So I'm not sure. It's just... Alright, later.